Okay, let's have a real talk. 3 years ago, I was exactly where a lot of you are right now. First year, zero clue what I was doing. I was just typing hello world and feeling genius for it. Fast forward to now, third year, and I have watched something happen. Not just to me, almost every single one of my batchmates. Then, loop gets confusing. Recursion breaks our brain, assignments pile up, and then actually, we stop coding. We start surviving, copy an assignment here, clear a backlog there, and tell ourselves, I'll see everything before placements. And now there is a new twist to this same story that's called AI. Every second person of my class says some version of this. If AI can write code for me, then why do I actually need to learn it? If you have ever thought for it a second, then you need to watch this whole video. This is for you. Because I'm not here to lecture you from some high pedestal. I'm with you and facing the same thing. Out things in real time, same as you, and I want to share exactly what I have learned so you won't waste your next 2 years where most of us have already done it. Welcome to Harsha Singh. I'm Harsha Vardhani. Let's go into it. Let's be honest, where most of us has end up here in the first place. Everyone around you, your neighbors, cousins, and that one relative who always says, Beta, take CSC because it has a good package and you also get a good job. So what you do, you will blindly choose an engineering and you will go into the CSC branch, and then what happens here is you have taken it because you're not obsessed with it, because everyone around you is doing that. Sounds familiar? It was literally my story too. Month 1, you are excited. Month 3, you are confused. By month 6, you are not really trying to code. You are just trying to survive the semester exams. I have seen this to happen to friends who are genuinely smart. It's not about intelligence. It's actually about never building the foundation and just floating until the placements in the 4th year arrive. That was a huge problem before AI even has entered the picture. Now, let's add ChatGPT into the same story. Now, the student doesn't even have to pretend to write the code. They just type what they want in plain English and just something appears on screen. It runs, assignment completed, little dopamine hit, and it repeats. I literally sat next to my classmates doing this. Even they didn't understand a single line of code, but they just do all of the things with the help of ChatGPT and other AI tools. And that's how our entire batch could walk with a machine learning project, and genuinely we cannot explain anything in the interview because we have done all it with the AI. So the real question should not be that should we use AI? What is the difference between someone using AI as a crutch and someone using it as an actual weapon? To understand that, I want to take you 20 years back, not to my personal history, but the ones that has happened before. Rewind 2 decades, no smartphone, no Excel on every laptop. If someone want to calculate compound interest or large balance accounts or anything, they do it by hand, having the paper, pen, and patience. They do it with patience, every calculation line by line without making mistakes. And mistakes happens, but they realize it and they recheck it. Now imagine you are a mathematician back then, and someone says that in 20 years a machine would do all of this when you enter a simple formula and it does everything instantly. You will type a formula, hit enter, and then answer shows up within half of a second. You would probably panic a little, right? You would think, so mathematicians are finished. Why would anyone need a human who does this slowly and sometimes imperfectly when a machine is present with perfectness? But that's not what happened. When calculators arrived, Excels arrived, mathematicians didn't even disappear. They evolved. The boring, repetitive, and the pure mathematics handed off to the machine. And that freed up their brains for the part that actually matters. The thinking, the modeling, the bigger picture. One person with Excel can now do the work of 10 people with paper ledgers. Not because Excel replaced them, but because Excel has made them sharper and smarter. The people who lost out were the ones who were doing entirely arithmetic, no deeper understanding and nothing more. Now bring that back to us to programming in 2026. AI can write 60 to 70% of the code that a beginner has to type it manually. Want a basic landing page? A few years ago, that means writing every single HTML tag by hand. Today, one prompt, 10 seconds and ready to edit. That's not the death of programming. That's literally calculator movement happening to our generation coders. The repetitive part, the syntax, the boilerplate code, that part has been automated right now. What's left? What AI cannot genuinely do for you. That's where the calculators have survived. The thing is, thinking. You still need to know what AI is giving is correct or not. You still need to know how to take that landing page into a real working product. You still need to know what to even ask for in the first place. None of that comes from typing a prompt. It comes from actually understanding what you are doing. So no, AI isn't here to replace us. It's here to strip out the boring 70% of the job. So we get 30% of our energy to spend on the interesting part where the human brain is really important for that task. But that only works if we build the foundation first. And that starts with understanding what actually programming means. Here is something that nobody has explained to me. I wish someone had done to me. Programming is actually two complete different skills stacked on each other. The first is about syntax. Syntax is the grammar of the language, the exact spelling, the semicolon, the function and everything. It's memorization, mechanical. And I'll say it straight. AI has basically solved that syntax problem. You generally don't need to memorize 40 string methods anymore. That fight is over. The second is logic. Logic is the actual thinking where a real problem can be broken down into small pieces where a computer can follow, deciding what needs to happen in what order and in what condition. Logic isn't knowing a syntax for a loop. Logic means knowing that this loop should be used to solve this problem in the first place. Knowing exactly what should happen inside it. So if the plan is I'll copy paste whatever the AI gives it and I'll learn coding by that, it's a wrong training of your own brain. Here in this case what happens is you get really good at asking, but what happened, you get really blind to understand. And that gap shows up when there is an interview or live debugging or projects for demonstration where there is no prompt box to save you. Okay, now let's move on to the roadmap I wish that had someone would handed me in my first year. 5 steps, write this down. If you are overwhelmed with Java, Python, C++ or something programming languages that makes you annoyed, they're simple. Start with Python. The syntax reads almost like an English, but it stretches around everything. You can build real working projects with Python faster than anything else. It removes I don't even know where to start excuse. Step 2. Master the basics. Loops, functions, conditions. I know it sounds boring because building an AI app is quite easier, but here is the truth. So whatever the things you build, it revolves around all the 4 concepts which I have mentioned earlier. Step 3. Use AI as a tutor, not as a replacement. Don't ask AI to complete your assignment. Instead, you ask an AI for teaching you the assignment how to do. That prompt like this, like explain this topic as I am 5. So what AI does is it will explain you in a simple way as you are a 5 years old kid. And you can ask it in any languages like Hindi, English, Telugu, whatever you feel free, because the language which you are not understanding, instead of fighting with that, you can understand in your first language more easier. Get sample piece of code, close the chat and type it yourself. Break it on purpose, change one line and see what happens there. That's how it actually becomes yours. Step 4. Build things that people actually use. Forget the fluff that we are get handed in our college labs. Build a calculator, build a to-do list, build a budget tracker. Build a weather app that pulls live data from an API call. These sound small, but they are real. Real logic, real errors, real why this is not working moments. That struggle is genuinely where the learning happens. Step 5. Chase the logic, not just copy pasting. Every time AI gives you a solution, Pause before pasting it. Ask, why did it write it this way? What's this loop actually doing? Why only this condition, not another one? If you can't understand that, you don't understand the code. You just borrowed it. And borrowed code does not help you in an interview. And even a small bug you can't fix from now. That's the whole game. Simple to say, but it will actually test your patience, how you will perform. This brings me to the part nobody likes to tell about. Somewhere in this journey, it will happen to everyone, literally to everyone. It has happened also to me. You will hit an red text box error. And that exact moment, you have two options. Option 1, give the screenshot to AI and paste it, and you ask the doubt what is yours. And then just copy paste it. Feels efficient, but instantly it doesn't give any result anymore in future. Option 2, sit with the error. Read the error line by line. Google it, the exact thing what you got as an error. Struggle for 20 to 30 minutes or even more, but you need to do it, because just by copy pasting it, you don't get succeed. Here is the uncomfortable path. Option 1 feels instantly better, but it decreases your growth. Debugging is a skill. It's where actually you learn how a program thinks and how it breaks. So here is the rule I would try to follow. Give yourself a real time with an error and sit with it before outsourcing with it. Build the patience to sit in that discomfort. That patience isn't a soft skill. It's the actual thing that separates the people who think from and the people who just prompt it. Motivation doesn't survive in a vacuum. If you're learning something by yourself at midnight and you have no one to talk about it, you will burn out. Not because you're weak. That's what the isolation does to every long-term goal. First, get into group of communities and find the peers who are actually interested like you in the same field. Like if you are interested in coding Python, you go with the person who is interested in coding Python. And next, if you are interested in Java, go with the Java finding. So if you find your same peers, you would actually build more connection with them, and you will actually compete with them and build more than you think. Second, learn in public. So build what you are posting. It might be anything. It may be anything. What it can be. It is maybe the errors you solve. It may be the working app, or it may be not working app. Anything, it's fine. But it's not just showing up or showing off. It's about the accountability. That means you can do anything and everything. So here, what I want you to take from this: stop searching for the perfect roadmap. Stop bookmarking your 40th video on how to become a developer in 2020-26. Honestly, ask any AI to generate roadmap for your preferred language. It will just generate you within 10 seconds and your roadmap is ready. That was never the hard part. The hard part is starting right now. Right now means right now. Go and start with any programming language you love to do it, or keep exploring for just a few days. The roadmap's done. The excuses are gone. Now let's go and build something for you. If this video is helpful for you, just like and subscribe. See you in the next video.